So, you're investing in Nigerian real estate. You're not just buying a piece of land or a property, you're building a future. But here's the thing, that future can be built on solid rock or on shifting sand. And the difference often comes down to one absolutely critical process: building plan approval. All right, let's dive into why this single piece of paper is probably the most important foundation you can ever lay for your investment.
First things first, let's talk about the stakes. It's so tempting for investors to think they can cut a few corners, maybe speed things up by starting construction and just asking for permission later. But in Nigeria, that is a gamble you almost never, ever win. And this really shows the stark reality of that gamble. It's a fork in the road. On one path, you have a legally sound, valuable asset, your dream. On the other, a very, very expensive pile of rubble. And trust me, there's not a lot of middle ground here.
So, what happens when you don't comply? The consequences are severe and they are swift. First, authorities can halt your construction indefinitely. Then you'll face some seriously heavy fines and penalties. And in the worst case scenario, they can legally order the demolition of your entire structure. The crucial point here is that the money you thought you were saving by skipping the process is nothing, absolutely nothing, compared to the massive financial loss and the legal nightmares you're inviting.
Okay, so how do you avoid this total disaster? The answer is this official permit that really safeguards your investment. Let's break down exactly what a building plan approval even is.
At its core, it's pretty simple. It's a formal, legal yes from a government planning authority. This is usually a state's Ministry of Physical Planning or a similar department. It's their way of certifying that your proposed building follows all the local laws, zoning regulations, and safety codes. To put it simply, it's the government's official green light to build.
I love this analogy because it's spot on. Think of the approval as a passport for your property. Without that official stamp, your building is basically an undocumented entity. It can't be legally sold, you can't use it as collateral for a loan, it just can't travel in the formal market. It's completely stuck.
Now, the process can sometimes feel like you're running a gauntlet. I get it. But it's a challenge you can absolutely get through with the right information. It really just boils down to two key parts: gathering the right documents and understanding the steps involved. Here are the essentials you'll need to pull together. And you'll notice a theme here, right? Your architectural plans and your structural drawings must come from licensed professionals. This is not a suggestion, it's a requirement. The authorities are going to scrutinize these to prevent building collapses and shoddy work. You'll also need your proof of legal ownership, most commonly the Certificate of Occupancy or CFO, and of course, proof that you've paid your development levies. So what does this path actually look like? Well, first, you submit your complete package of documents. Then, the officials start their detailed review, checking everything from your building's height to its structural integrity. Now, don't be surprised if they come back and ask for revisions. That is a totally normal part of the process. It just ensures full compliance. Once they're satisfied and everything is in order, you get that final, coveted approval. Then, you can legally break ground. Now, I know this might seem like a lot of legal paperwork and a major headache, but it's so much more than that. Getting this approval isn't just about avoiding trouble. It's actually a strategic move that pays off in huge ways. And what's really fascinating here is how clearly this shows the divide. Just look at the difference. With approval, you have access to bank loans. Without it, good luck securing financing. With approval, your property is attractive to serious buyers and tenants. Without it, you're going to face huge challenges when you try to sell. It is, without a doubt, the single greatest divider of value in this market. This is such a critical point for any investor. If you need a loan to build or mortgage to buy, you can bet the bank's first question is going to be, where is the approved building plan? No approval means no funding. It is really that simple. And beyond just the money, it's your legal shield. Property disputes over things like boundaries, building height, or land use are incredibly common. Well, your approved plan is your official, legally binding proof that you followed all the rules, which gives you a powerful defense against any of those claims. So, let's bring this all together. Securing your investment in Nigerian real estate isn't just about finding the right location. It's about building on a secure, legal foundation right from day one. So here it is, your actionable checklist. Number 1. Before you even think about buying anything, verify its approval status. 2. Always use licensed professionals. 3. Keep detailed records of everything. And 4. Remember that this is a team effort. Your architect, your engineer, and your lawyer all need to be on the same page. When it's all said and done, it comes down to this. In the dynamic Nigerian real estate market, doing your homework and following the law aren't optional extras. They are the absolute cornerstones of a successful, secure, and profitable investment. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question to think about. When you look at your own investments, or the ones you're planning for the future, what is their foundation truly made of? Is your real estate investment built on the solid rock of approval, or is it on the shifting sand of non-compliance?